haven't lost here at Red Bull Arena, so they're going to try to keep that streak up as we are underway in this rematch of the 2021 NWSL Challenge Cup. Again with Canadian superstar Kaylin Kyle. I am Corey Cohen, your alliterative commentating team on this Sunday afternoon. Here's a wide open chance for Portland, but a missed opportunity from Simone Charlie.
And this is early on in the match. Obviously, when it's coming down this heavy with rain, sometimes light rain's perfect. The ball moves quicker. You can zip it into passes, but your first touch has to be on. Now, it has been raining heavy here, so again, it could hold up with water, maybe if it is on the pitch. Obviously, at Red Bull, they take incredible care of the pitch. But again, this first 5 to 10 minutes, can the players not only feel the play out, but really feel the ball out on this wet and slick surface?
Throw in here for the Thorns. There's Sinclair. Nice little one touch. Shot deflected, and we will see another throw. Nice challenge here from Jennifer Cujo. What a save from Kaylin Sheridan early in this match.
And this is what Sheridan has done since coming back in from her injury. She's been brilliant, and manager Freya Kolm has been so impressed by her, even calling her one of the world's best and potentially could be that world's best goalkeeper. Because of moments like this, we've seen it around the NWSL. It doesn't matter which team you go to, it's so important to have someone who is strong in between the goal.
Nice header on target from Sophia Smith. Back into the starting 11 after being on the bench to start things in their last match. Earlier this month, had her first career brace. She's got 2 goals on the season. Here's Klingenberg with the corner, headed out, now booted out. Westphal sends it back. Nice pressure from Gotham, and the pressure pays off.
And I like this from Gotham. You're playing at home. You're trying to make this a fortress. You're trying to make it difficult for teams to come and play you. Again, like you alluded to early on, undefeated at home. So can they keep that momentum going?
Taken away by the Thorns. Here's Allie Long, the experienced center midfielder. Recently arrived from OL Reign. Now on the right flank, it is Midge Purse. Dangerous on that right wing. The through ball, a little off target, and it's sent away by Klingenberg. Klingenberg, 74 U.S. women's national team caps. No longer an active member of the national team, but a ton of experience for the 32-year-old out of Pittsburgh.
And I think she can make her case to get back in with the national team. She's been brilliant, not only defensively, but offensively, what she adds to the team. I mean, her distribution is second to none.
Nice cut back there from Didasco. Through ball into the box. Pass out to Kawasumi. Was Lloyd offside? Flag is up. So Lloyd caught just offside in that position. As you see, all she's been able to accomplish in the NWSL regular season. Just a phenomenal player, still going strong as she has been throughout her career. Thorns looking to build something up. Lloyd challenging. Westphal. Streaking down the right flank. Nice through ball finding Sophia Smith. 2 Gotham players there crossed in, and Sheridan makes the grab.
And Sophia Smith for Portland has really impressed me. She's already started to come on in her short time of being a pro. Just her ability to go at players, the confidence, and at the pace she does it with. And then to have the confidence when she is in that final third to be a clinical finisher.
Sophia Smith As you just saw, the top draft pick in last year's NWSL draft. Already looks to be one of the future stars of the U.S. women's national team. She's got the call-up. She will be a member of the June camp. Here's a through ball, but the flag is up on Sophia Smith. Just 20 years old, and as I mentioned, will be shipping off to that U.S. women's national team camp, trying to make a case for the Olympic roster. Whether it happens this summer or not, it's clear that she has a remarkably bright future ahead of her.
She really does, and she's in a great environment to grow as a player as well. Portland, I mean, the fans, it's some of the best in the league, and then when you have a coach that really wants to develop youth.
Here's a Fioma Onumanu. Little opening here into the 18 from Gotham, and cleared by the Thorns. Throw coming from Caprice Didasco, 27-year-old from Honolulu. Nice little give and go between Didasco and Long. Salem, it takes a touch, and it will be a throw for the Thorns. Westfall making her return to the starting 11. Did not start in their last match against Orlando. There's Klingenberg, also didn't start against Orlando. Through ball. Simone Charlie keeps dribbling, takes a touch, and a corner on the way for Portland.
And this is that defending we alluded to in the pre-match with Gotham, just how good they've been. They have that cover, they have the support, they have the leaders with Freeman and Johnson, those two center backs. You can see them being vocal as well, pushing their fullbacks of when to step, when to get stuck in, and then you have the midfield of Ali Long. I think it's been a great addition to this side because she adds that cover and support and the ability to get numbers up, create those 2v1s.
Klingenberg to take yet again here in the 8th minute. Hangs in the air and booted out by Jennifer Cujo. It's a foot race. Gotham gets there first. Paige Monahan sends it backward for Didasco. Still a chance for Portland here. Sinclair. Crystal Dunn. Dangerous from anywhere on the pitch. Takes her time. Dunn to Sinclair. Right back to Crystal Dunn. Good passing, finding Westfall. The control that the Thorns have so far. Sinclair. Charlie out to Westfall. Portland will try from the back. Sauerbrunn. Switch to the left side. Klingenberg. Salem back to Klingenberg. And an errant pass there negates very strong setup from Portland.
And this is where they need to continue to build on. Obviously coming off back-to-back losses after that opening match where they had that 5-0 thrashing and then going losing 2-1 versus OL Reign, losing 2-1 to Orlando. They've had match after match, travel after travel, I mean, going as far east as you can possibly to the two farthest east teams. And again, it comes down to mindset. It comes down to team rotation. You can already see, obviously, Klingenberg and what she adds, just the ability to bomb on down that left-hand side and really start to contribute through that midfield platform with Sinclair, Horan, and Crystal Dunn.
Klingenberg to take a set piece. This rain just pouring down at Red Bull Arena. Not the ideal weather for the unofficial start of summer. And it's not warm rain either. Again, it's just about 50 degrees in North Jersey. Sent in from Klingenberg, quickly headed out. Portland gets there first, played back to Menges. Nice work from Sauerbrunn to find the open Westphal. So here's Lindsey Horan. She's been a little quiet thus far in the first 10 minutes, but she is remarkably dangerous. Here's a chance for a counterattack from Gotham. Monahan. Carly Lloyd, was she onside? Switches fields to the right. Chipped into the box. Nobody there, but a poor touch. And another chance for Gotham. Just outside of the 18. Onamanu. Lloyd takes a shot. Not the best touch. It does roll out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick.
And I like this from Gotham. I like this look. You can see the rotation and really how they're starting to build. Monahan starting on the right hand, now moving over to the left hand side. You have players in that rotation up top as well with Kawasumi, on that left-hand side, finding her just popping off on that right-hand side. I love the transition because they have the players to fill those dangerous gaps defensively if they do lose the ball.
Into the 12th minute now, Crystal Dunn. Keep an eye on where exactly she plays. Of course, she's maybe the most versatile player in soccer. We've seen her as a forward, we've seen her as a fullback, we've seen her in the midfield.
And it's what she does off the pitch. She's studied the game. She's been able to play multiple positions because she's so smart off the ball, and then when she's on the ball, she's so dangerous.
Given away to Gotham. Carly Lloyd, she's got Monahan to her right. The white shirts track back. Lloyd is dispossessed and then gets called for the foul. Carly Lloyd, the South Jersey native, went to Rutgers in Central Jersey and now plays her football in North Jersey. You see among active players, she is one of the top goal scorers in this league. And she refuses to slow down. Still playing at a remarkably high level. Here's Sophia Smith, just 20 years old, with another opportunity. It's a low cross, somehow gets through. Gotham finally clears it for the moment. Miranda Salem back to Lindsey Horan. Westphal. Salem, a lot of contact there. The refs say it is clean. Karen Apt, the head referee for this match. Allie Long, back to Freeman. Now Kawasumi, Japanese international. Looking for Onamanu, instead plays it back to Didasco. Allie Long switches fields. Monahan was looking for Lloyd. It's intercepted by the Thorns. Now on the counterattack. Moran back to Sinclair, playing deep. Crystal Dunn now on the left flank. Sends it into the box, caught by Sheridan.
And I don't mind this from Crystal Dunn. Early on, 13 minutes into the game, you can start to see both teams have felt each other out. They now know how the ball moves on this wet, heavy, slick pitch. Again, both being very careful with balls out of the back, just those quick 2, 4, 5 yard passes, getting touches, and really getting their body behind the ball as well.
Menges to Westphal. Here's an opening for Sophia Smith. Inside the box now, crosses, takes a deflection. Crystal Dunn on the left side, nearly lost it. Got some help from Klingenberg. Into the box, headed Sheridan again. That time it was Horan with the header, but Sheridan stopping both of Portland's best opportunities thus far.
And again, this comes down to Klingenberg's distribution, whether it's on her left foot, her right foot, she puts quality balls into the box. Lindsey Horan's not going to be happy with this one because she doesn't get enough power on it. She puts it right at the goalkeeper, and Sheridan's never missing that one.
Sheridan certainly had to work a lot harder on the initial header from Sophia Smith earlier in this match. Pressure from Smith. Didasco gets rid of it. Freeman, now Cujo. Didasco, Cujo. Great pressure from Portland. Gotham wisely switches fields. Midge Purse. 25-year-old out of Harvard. Plays it back. Here's Paige Monahan. Started the match on the left flank, now on the right. And we will see a goal kick for the Thorns.
And Gotham's really having good build-up play. They're really being successful on both sides of it, and that comes down to the rotation of that front three, that midfield three as well, with Long more likely just to sit in and help screen off that back line with Freeman and Johnson. But can they be a little bit more clinical in that final third, especially with a wet, slick pitch? Maybe connect that extra pass in order to allow numbers to join the attack.
There's Freya Coombe, the manager of Gotham, in her third season with the club after joining initially as an interim manager, and has done a great job as the permanent head coach. A lot of changes to this club. Of course, the branding change from Sky Blue FC to Gotham FC, representing both New Jersey and New York, moving full-time to Red Bull Arena. Switching the logo, the colors, and Kaylin and I were talking about it before. We agree, best rebrand in all of sports. It's remarkable what they were able to do, and it just feels right. The identity that this club has been searching for, solidified as Gotham FC, repping both New Jersey and New York.
And I think one thing you can see from it too, not only the rebrand and the rebuild, you've really seen a new team on the pitch, wanting to play out the back, and being a really fun team to watch as well, both defensively. And that's why already just a few matches into the season, they've had clean sheets. And again, making this place a fortress to play in and making it very difficult to come and collect the 3 points when you're going up against Gotham. I've yet to get a jersey, so if anyone's tuning in, send me a Gotham jersey.
I'm telling you, the logo, the colors, they did a phenomenal job with that department. And you're right, it is matching their play on the field, making it to the final of the NWSL Challenge Cup, only losing on the penalty kick shootout. Sophia Smith fighting for it. Didasco, when it's that obvious, you cannot avoid the foul. And in fact, she won't be able to avoid a yellow card. When you put both arms out and grab a player, you're going to get a yellow for that. And as you mentioned, what a tough place this is to play. They have not lost at their new home stadium, Red Bull Arena.
What a stadium to play in as well. It's just all the parts that seem to be connecting. And again, when players, you know, with the rebranding, with a new stadium, it makes you work 10 times harder.
Sophia Smith, nobody there to link up with.
And just going back to my point, just working 10 times harder. I know, again, these pros get paid week in and week out to show up, but when you're playing in front of a football stadium, when the fans come and they're coming to support you, a new jersey, I mean, players coming in and really knowing now, we want to win. We want to make this place amazing. We want more internationals to come in. We want the best players that want to come here because we have the best stadium, we have the best jerseys, and we have the best players.
Yeah, this organization is not content with being an also-ran. They want to be, in many ways, what Portland has become on the West Coast. One of the top organizations, not just in the NWSL, but in the world. They're really trying to build that from the ground up. Here's Carly Lloyd. Nice run on the left flank. Through ball for Monahan. Monahan back to Lloyd. Just outside the box, Kawasumi now cleared.
It's just that clinicalness that I talked about, that final third pass. They're getting into good moments. You have Carly Lloyd driving on. Players like Monahan rolling outside, creating that width, which allows midfields to join the attack like Cujo. So now can they just, that last pass, whether it's that splitting in between that center back, fullback channel, that pass across the 18-yard box for a shot.
21st minute here. Still scoreless between Gotham and the Thorns. Nice interception by Didasco. Here's Cujo, muscled off by Horan. Sinclair again playing deep. Crystal Dunn. Through ball for Sophia Smith. Shot deflected. Nice defense there for Mandy Freeman.
And these two center backs have been so impressive with the partnership with Freeman and Johnson. You can continue to see it build. When one maybe gets caught out a little bit too high, you have that cover and support. And again, big tackles in big moments.
Freeman, a first-round draft pick in 2017. Initially came in, you're thinking, as sort of the successor to Christy Pierce in that center back position. Her career has been plagued with injuries, but now it seems like she is finally in a rhythm and is doing a great job on that back line. Salem misses. Monahan finds Lloyd. Through a ball for Monahan. Beautiful chip from Carly Lloyd. Monahan slows it down. Out to Kawasumi. Allie Long. Jennifer Cujo. And it will be a corner for Gotham. Adriana French had the last touch.
And you can just see that little tactical adjustment from Gotham defensively, dropping into that 4-4-2 and then trying to catch them on that quick counterattack. First thought, can we play forward? Can we get in behind and use our front runners like Monahan? But again, it comes down to them just being patient. We saw that in this moment. Monahan putting her foot on the ball, connecting that pass, playing across, finding Long, and then getting a shot up. I don't mind this from Cujo, especially on a wet, slick pitch here tonight.
Corner coming from Didasco. Headed wide. Chased down and now sent back from Onumanu to Freeman. Now Monahan. Not the best touch. It'll be a goal kick for the Thorns.
And for Portland here tonight, obviously coming off back-to-back losses, they started the season so strong. So it's the mentality, especially with 3 games. I think it's 8 days if I did my math correct. I mean, you can just look at how much of attacking threat they are. 7 goals already on the season so far, but have conceded 4 goals, 2 losses. Again, playing against OL Reign 2-1, lost that one, and then Orlando. I mean, Orlando have been brilliant as of late, but again, can they get the mindset right and try to collect the 3 points on the road after a long, long week?
Yeah, it almost seems like a different team from their first match of the league season, beating Chicago 5-0, and then the last 2 losing to OL Reign in the Cascadia rivalry, and then of course losing to Orlando earlier this week.
I think it's the score lines that make us think that, because they've had opportunities in the final third. They just haven't been clinical enough. We've saw 2 moments already in this first half with Lindsay Horan and players like Sophia Smith getting into the right opportunities. Obviously the first save from Sheridan, brilliant from Smith, and again Horan getting in that opportunity with the Klingenberg ball cross into the box.
Another chance for Monahan. Crosses looking for Onumanu, caught by A.D. French. Onumanu, the Southern California native, went to Cal. Was the 8th overall pick in 2017. 2 picks ahead of Mandy Freeman. She's really earned her way, as we were talking to Freya a couple days ago. She's earned her way into the starting 11. She's come off the bench, but here she is in the starting 11 because of how she's played at that substitute position. Here's another chance for Gotham. Again with pro Kaylin Kyle. I'm Corey Cohen, joining you from Red Bull Arena on this rainy Sunday afternoon in a rematch of the 2021 NWSL Challenge Cup final. That was as competitive a match as you could have. Even the penalty kick shootout went right down to the wire.
That game seemed like the longest, shortest game of my life. It was excitement on both ends and both teams that love to attack. Again, we're seeing them be a little bit more defensive sound on both ends. Again, when you're in a stadium like this, obviously, with games back-to-back and the rain coming down, defensively just trying to have that cover and support and be smart in and around the box.
Kawasumi to Lloyd. Carly Lloyd, the FIFA World Player of the Year in 2015 and 2016, came home to her local club, her New Jersey home, in 2018. Was named to the second 11. Didasco. Chance for the Thorns, the counterattack. Simone Charlie. She's got Smith ahead of her. If she can stay on side, the flag is up. Boy, was that close.
That ball just needed to be a second earlier. You could see Sophia Smith, and this is what I mean, for a young player to have this vision and awareness of her spatial surrounding is world class from her. And I don't usually like using that word world class, but again, just her body movement and knowing how to manipulate defenders is very good for such a young age.
She's been incredibly impressive so far. The most dangerous weapon for Portland on a team full of them in the first 26 and a half. There's Midge Purse, recently called up to that U.S. women's national team camp for the summer series. Kaylin, you said a second. I think maybe even a half a second. It was that close that would have been the best chance that Portland would have had all game. Oftentimes you'd say that surely would have been a goal. With Kaylin Sheridan, maybe not so much. Here's Sophia Smith yet again inside the box. Two Gotham players on top of her. Look at how she evades the defense. Crystal Dunn takes the shot off the post.
And it goes back to Sophia Smith just playing in dangerous areas. She's so good with her back towards the net. Again, having three players around her. She has cover, she has support, she has no one to play back to. And instead of trying to do, you know, maybe knock this one out for a set piece opportunity, a throw in, a corner kick, does a Cruyff turn, beats that 2v1 and finds Crystal Dunn. And this is another player that has really developed her game in that attacking third. She is so smart off the ball that allows her to be so dangerous on the ball.
Portland, you can feel coming closer, perhaps to finding a goal.
And you could see these in those other matches when they played the rain, when they played Orlando. They had moments to be dangerous. They, again, with all the attacking threat that they had, they just couldn't put the ball into the back of the net. And we just seen it there. Obviously, Crystal Dunn going off the woodwork. Sophia Smith missing that opportunity early on in the first 45 minutes. So for a team that's played 3 games in 8 days, they really don't look fatigued here tonight.
Sauerbrunn has played every minute so far this season. And that's not just the league season, that's also the Challenge Cup. Crystal Dunn takes a strike. It's too much.
And I said it on the other end with Cujo taking that strike outside the box. These players know how this ball has moved. They've played almost 30 minutes now. They know that if they can keep this low, hard driven on the ground, it could skip, it could get past one of these goalkeepers. So I don't mind these shots in this first 45. It's 0-0. Have a go and really test these goalkeepers early on in this first half.
Angela Salem. Midfielder from Akron, Ohio, who's gotten back-to-back starts now in that holding midfield position. Lloyd gets it to Didasco. Now Kawasumi. Anamano to her left. Didasco. Good control here from Gotham. A little give and go between Cujo and Didasco. Portland takes it away. Through ball intended for Charlie. Sheridan comes all the way out. Playing as a sweeper keeper. Kawasumi. Back to Carly Lloyd. Captain for this squad, Allie Long. Now Midge Purse, who sends it in. Still some danger and a handball.
I love what Allie Long has added to Gotham. I think she's been brilliant on and off the ball. She dictates the tempo. She dictates the leadership. I mean, and she really, when she's on the ball, she makes it look easy. I don't think she gets enough credit that she deserves because she plays simple. It's that short pass. She's never going to hit that 50-yard diag time and time again to get behind that back forward, but she always picks the right pass.
She had a masterful 94.5% pass rate against Chicago. And she has been doing this for years. 5th all-time in the NWSL in minutes played. Just joined Gotham last month. Freya Kuhn mentioned that for Allie Long, she really adds a sense of calm in that midfield and really around the team, that you know that she's got this.
I think it's the calming presence, but also the presence where she can dictate the tempo. So when the team needs a spark, she has the ability to add that energy, and it's by the ball movement, and it's by her leadership and her presence on the pitch.
Allie Long, a member of that 2019 U.S. World Cup winning team. Spent her entire career in the Pacific Northwest, initially with the Portland Thorns, then with Reign. Here's Simone Charlie. Estelle Johnson sends it out. Klingenberg to throw. She's made a home here in Portland. Been here since 2016. There's Freya Kuhn. This season, the only female NWSL manager in the league. Sauerbrunn back to Menges. One of just a handful of players with over 10,000 regular season minutes.
And is also another player that doesn't get enough credit that she deserves. I mean, she is a boss in that back line, dictates the tempo, and again, even moments like this, stepping through and really starting the attacks.
Crystal Dunn goes for Charlie. Sent away by Gotham.
Usually I have the commentator's curse, but this is what she does. She can start the attack, start tempo, and you can even see her here trying to get on the ball, almost playing as a midfielder role, but then defensively so sound, and again, adds that leadership for Portland.
Sophia Smith again, and yet another throw coming for Portland. 34th minute now. Westfall, the Ohio native, dribbles backward all the way to Becky Sauerbrunn, captain of the U.S. Women's National Team. Menges, Sauerbrunn tracking back. Now Klingenberg. Crystal Dunn. And some green in front of her. Little flick forward for Sinclair. With the cross, Charlie mishits. A chance for Portland. Deflected by that Gotham back line. Believe it was Purse who got a piece of it.
And how about this for a build-up play? Going back to Crystal Dunn off the ball, how about her on the ball? I mean, this cheeky little ball over the top for Christine Sinclair, and this is where Christine has really excelled her game, being more smart with her running. Again, here, seeing that pocket of space in between that fullback, center back channel, and leaves at the perfect time.
It was Lindsay Horan who took the shot. And credit to Gotham's defense. We've talked about them. We were talking before the game that they have not allowed a goal in their first 2 matches this season. You can see that really is a cohesive unit. Midge Purse, she's 25 years old. Again, called up to that U.S. Summer Series camp. Off the pitch, she's a member of the Board of Overseers at Harvard. Not too many 25-year-olds in that group. That was close there from Gotham. Crystal Dunn finds Sinclair. Salem plays it back to Lindsay Horan. Now Klingenberg. Little miscommunication. Klingenberg wanted Salem. Sheridan now picks it up.
See Portland really starting to find their tempo late on in this 45. They know that they're exhausted, the heavy legs, the heavy mind, so they have to make those simple passes. And I love that Mark Parson has put Mangas into this starting 11 because she has started the attack time and time again down this right-hand side, hitting the switch, finding those midfield platforms, or even finding that easy pass to her fullback.
Mark Parsons sent some shockwaves a couple of weeks ago on the announcement that he would leave Portland at the conclusion of this season to become the manager of the Netherlands national team. He has achieved so much here with the Thorns. We'll see if he can get yet another trophy to close out his career here. Again with Kaylin Kyle, I'm Corey Cohen. 38th minute now from Red Bull Arena in this home match for Gotham FC. Their new permanent stadium in which they have not yet lost. Klingenberg. Simone Charlie. Little collision there. Cujo is slow to get up. Lindsay Horan. Through ball, Sinclair. Freeman clears it. Finds Monahan. Thorns get it right back though. Some room now, but Sheridan makes the grab. Low shot there from Horan.
And Charlie just needs to get herself more involved in this game. Portland getting into dangerous places, but Charlie just half step off, whether it's that run, whether it's popping off the front. So again, comes down to heavy legs, heavy mind, a lot of games in a short amount of time.
Carly Lloyd. Monahan to her right. Can't link up though. And Lloyd is frustrated with herself. Nearing halftime, Portland looking for a goal. They've come close a few times. Again, Gotham has not yet given one up this season.
And I think one thing that's really helped that, we can talk about that back four, whoever it's been, or those two center backs that have been steadies, Freeman and Johnson, but it comes down to Ali Long doing a great work in that midfield, screening off the front, that defensive job, and even providing that cover and support. You can always rely on someone like her, and when you can have a defensive midfielder like that, it allows you to be ultra aggressive off that back line, because if you miss a tackle, you know you have her supporting you.
AD French dives to make the grab in front of Anamanu. French, the 30-year-old, one of the keepers for the U.S. women's national team. typically a backup. She only has 4 appearances, but always there if you need her for Vlatko Andonovski. Kaylin Sheridan on the other end, the keeper for Canada's national team. Klingenberg. Into the box, Horan, back to Klingenberg. Sends it forward, Sinclair, the header, it's wide.
And just that partnership with Klingenberg and Horan down that left-hand side. And it's these runs that I was talking about with Christine Sinclair. It's not those 50, 60, 70-yard runs. It's the smartness of with how she does it. She just has that late third midfield run, and I think that's why Mark Parson loves her playing as that false 9, that number 10 role, because the ability of her runs forward, those quick 10-yard runs, getting behind these back lines and getting on the end of the ball.
Another chance for the Thorns. Horan finds Sinclair. The strike right into the hands of Sheridan. And Sinclair, the all-time leading scorer, men or women, might wish that she had that one back. Another chance for Portland. Simone Charlie. No contact. Johnson, nothing malicious. Didasco playing on a yellow card. That's a little risky when you've already got that yellow.
And this is that point that I made earlier on in our pre-show, is just being smart, especially on a wet, slick pitch. And when you're going up with against a player like Sophia Smith that can roll you, she can use her body extremely well. She needs to give her that half yard, even 2 yards to come off her, allow Sophia Smith to maybe get that touch and then have that cover and support, especially because she is sitting on a yellow card.
Karen Abt, the head referee in this one. The box, headed away. Jennifer Cujo gets there first. 27-year-old from Ghana. Was taken by Racing Louisville in the expansion draft and then traded to Gotham. Klingenberg now on the right flank, sends it forward, and Sheridan again makes the grab. Really commanding that box. Halftime coming up in just a few minutes. We'll take a look around the NWSL, what we've seen already this weekend, and of course we'll bring you the first half highlights and stats from this one. Kawasumi finds Carly Lloyd just outside the box. A low cross. Sauerbrunn clears. Kawasumi. Headed out and no trouble for the Thorns. Purse got a touch. And Gotham gets it right back. Midge Purse. Salem. Now Klingenberg. And last touch from Gotham, so it will be a throw for Portland. Just getting word there will be no stoppage time. So when we hit 45, that'll be it. We're fortunate that it's been a very smooth first half.
It's been good on both ends. I mean, Portland having really good build-up play considering the amount of matches they've had in a row. I think Mangus has really come in and added a spark to this Portland side. And then you have that midfield unit that I was talking about with Horan, Sinclair, and Dunn really starting to dictate the tempo. But then Gotham.
Sinclair nearing 300 caps for the Canadian national team. And the second half is underway here in Harrison, New Jersey at Red Bull Arena, the home of Gotham FC.
And it is a straight swap between Rocky Rodriguez and Angela Salem. And I don't think it has to do with any of them maybe outplaying the other or putting a foot wrong. Again, it comes down to rotation on this team. Both bring a different dynamic in that Portland midfield.
Again with former Canadian national teamer Kaylin Kyle. I'm Corey Cohen. Thrilled to be joining you on this Sunday afternoon. Portland wearing white, Gotham wearing black here at home. Simone Charlie cuts in, takes a shot, and Sheridan picks it up off the bounce. Paige Monahan, very active in the first half. A nice run here. Looking for Anamanu, back to Monahan. Tried to find Lloyd, Rodriguez there instead. Rocky Rodriguez, drafted by Sky Blue. Was with the Sky Blue, now Gotham organization up until last year when she joined Portland.
And this is much better defending from Didasco against a player like Sophia Smith. You saw what she added in this first 45 minutes, whether it was in the box, down this right-hand side, whether it was beating 2, 3, 4 players. So I like that Didasco is starting to give her a little bit of room, starting to keep her feet and picking the moments of when she can get stuck into a tackle.
Corner on the way for Portland. It hangs Simone Charlie, and it's caught by Sheridan.
And these are one of those games, and this is why football is a funny game. Portland have had numerous opportunities and just haven't been able to put the ball into the back of the net. Gotham has been very good in the transition, getting numbers up the pitch, but just haven't had the opportunities in and around the net. So Portland need to be careful. They need to capitalize early in the second half when they are given chances in that 18-yard box.
Rodriguez. Lloyd calling for it. In the center of the field. Sauerbund tracking back. Monahan chasing after it. Monahan. The hustle pays off. Pass to Anamanu. Rodriguez got there though. And not even 3 minutes, but Rocky Rodriguez making herself known.
And this is that different dynamic that these two players add. Angela Salem more so sits in and connects those 5, 10-yard passes and can sometimes hit those balls in behind that back line. And Rocky Rodriguez just adds an energy and the ability to get forward and be very dangerous in that final third.
Didasco finds Lloyd on the left. Carly Lloyd, the cross sent out. Midge Purse. Purse takes a touch off of Klingenberg. Back to Purse. Now 2 white shirts there. Simone Charlie with the last touch. Gotham players calling for a handball. No whistle. Kawasumi to Didasco. Cross in and easily cleared by Menges. Back to Didasco. Some room here. Kawasumi takes a strike, headed out by Sauerbrunn.
both these teams defensively extremely difficult to break down today, especially in rain and a wet, heavy pitch. I mean, the ball, when it skips, it's very hard to judge, and no one on either end putting a foot wrong.
Both teams playing very well. You have to imagine both head coaches are pleased thus far. Both want to see a little bit more. Lloyd, nice little fake there. Past Klingenberg, the cross. Onumanu just misses. It was a little ahead of Onumanu.
It isn't a little ahead of Onumanu. She goes with the wrong foot. She goes with her right foot. She gets confused. She gets caught in that half mindset. Carly Lloyd, this is brilliant down this right-hand side, drives forward, cuts Klingenberg, gets us on their left foot, and it's a perfect ball into the box. It's that dipping one again, going with that right foot instead of just opening up and taking that ball. She had even had time to get it off her left foot, take a touch, settle it in the box. So again, just getting caught in that half mindset of what to do and which foot to take it with.
You're right, just in her stride, she kicked out her right leg instead of the left, and she put her hand up instantly. Crystal Dunn inside the box. Nice little pass, dispossessed. Beautiful work from Ali Long and the Gotham defense. Here's Rodriguez. Costa Rican international. Dunn. Didasco using her body, and a corner coming for the Thorns.
And this is that spark that I talked about, bringing Rocky Rodriguez into a match like this where Portland, they're fatigued, and I hate to keep saying it because, again, these players don't look fatigued on the bench, but just that mental side. Sometimes you need a player to come off the bench like a Rocky Rodriguez, take 2, 3, 4 players on, drive through that midfield, and really suck defenders out in order to get your attacking threats in behind.
It's a low corner, short corner. Back out to Rodriguez. Now sends it into the box. Sinclair, the extra head from Charlie. No worry for Sheridan. Carly Lloyd coming out of the back. Looking for Onumanu. Chasing it, it cannot stay in play. Cujo. Nice work by Haran. Now Sinclair, and look how deep she is for Portland.
And that's the defensive work and the mindset of Portland. They try not to give any space away, and especially again coming off 2 back-to-back losses, they know defensively they need to be sound today. They need all players filling in those dangerous gaps.
Estelle Johnson, some good passing here from Gotham. Might have been a handball there from Ali Long. No call. Mark Parsons is upset. It was right in front of him. The slide tackle from Sinclair. Little chippy now. Onumanu gets back on her feet. Multiple players down.
You love to see this from Christine Sinclair. This is a leader. This is a player that wants to win week in and week out. Defensively, we know of an attacking threat what she can be. She can make something out of absolutely nothing. And then defensively here, knowing that her team needs her to do the defensive work in order for them to get over the line.
Things getting pretty chippy in the rain. Jennifer Cujo appealing. She is called for the foul.
And you're just seeing this defensive work from Christine Sinclair. Not one slide tackle going against Ali Long, but one that we've just missed there in the replay.
Klingenberg. Dunn. Just a wall from this Gotham back line. Mandy Freeman anchoring it. Didasco, will that be called for a foul? Yes. The rain continuing to pour down here at Red Bull Arena. on this chilly Sunday afternoon, 51 degrees. Take a look at Portland. They have been dominant in the NWSL except for their last 2 matches. They have lost 2 in a row. First in the Cascadia rivalry to OL Reign, then to Orlando. Mark Parsons, since joining Portland in 2016, has never lost 3 matches in a row.
And I think it comes down to the NWSL. You can say it about a lot of teams. I mean, you could probably have said it about North Carolina, and then they just come off a big thrashing on the weekend. Portland opening up with a big 5-0 win.
Dunn takes a strike. Crystal Dunn! What a remarkable goal!
And going back to my point about the NWSL coming off back-to-back losses, you were just making the point. You maybe gave it a little bit of the commentator's curse, which I love. But again, Crystal Dunn, this is what makes this player so remarkable. You can see Klingenberg again driving past not 1, 2 players, just slotting this one. Crystal Dunn, this is a very tight space. She's got to move this ball very quick from that right foot to the left foot, and then to generate the power behind this is extremely difficult to do. This is why she is one of the most exciting players in the NWSL and on the international stage.
Absolutely, the top 90 from Crystal Dunn. Maybe the only spot that Kaylin Sheridan cannot save a ball is exactly where Crystal Dunn put it. A brilliant strike, as you mentioned, Kaylin, slipping it past that Gotham defense that has been remarkable today, but all season long. Again, first goal conceded in the league this year. And the Gotham defense had been great today, but Dunn slips it past them and finds just the right spot to get it past Kaylin Sheridan.
And this would be a huge response from Portland, again, coming off those back-to-back losses. Last game after a lot of fixtures, but it's not even the fixtures, it's the amount of travel that they've had to do as well. 2 East Coast that they've had to go to. It's extremely difficult, long flights, you're fatigued, obviously trying to recover on the road, it's not easy to do. If they can come out of this game with 3 points, they're in a good mindset. They can build off this energy, they can build off this memento, and maybe not forget about those 2 losses back-to-back, but really build moving forward in the regular season.
Meanwhile, for Crystal Dunn, it's her first goal since July 2020, if you can believe it. She's such a prolific goal scorer. Won the Golden Boot all the way back in 2015. But it's her first goal since July 2020, and that goal came against the team formerly known as Sky Blue, now Gotham. Carly Lloyd, no contact there from Rodriguez. Ref will play advantage. Lloyd goes to her right, finds Monahan. A.D. French. Monahan looking for that far post. It was a tough angle. And French cut it off.
It's a good run from Monahan, but it's Magnus here. I mean, Carly Lloyd getting her head up. This ball is brilliant, but it's Magnus that comes across and just shuts down this space. And what I love about her movement, she doesn't get stuck in. She doesn't try to put a tackle in. She knows Monahan's on a very difficult angle to put this past a very good goalkeeper. And Magnus also knows she has that cover and support, so there's no need to dive in or to give away something silly. Brilliant from her.
Menges back in her relatively home area. She's from Long Island, which obviously is a trek to Harrison, New Jersey, but mileage-wise not that far away. Sheridan, nice catch. Onamanu, Cujo, Ali Long, again, nice simple pass, but finding Didasco open. Crystal Dunn yet again, the goal scorer. Came in the 56th minute work by Midge Purse. Midge Purse continuing to run. Purse, through ball to Lloyd. Open in the box. Carly Lloyd over the crossbar.
And Carly Lloyd choosing to shoot this one, but let's jump back to Purse through that midfield. We were kind of scratching our head not seeing her in that front three because she's so good, but she's so good all over the pitch because what she can add in this fullback position, gets forward, drives through the midfield, and Lloyd shoots. I think obviously you have Anamanu driving forward again. Lloyd has played at the highest level. She's played in big game moments, obviously trying to tie this one up. But for Lloyd, you have players running into the box with the likes of Anamanu. She decides to shoot herself instead of putting this one across the box and maybe looking at the replay of this.
Couple substitutions for the Thorns. Like for like substitutions. Morgan Weaver enters the match for Simone Charlie in that forward position. And then on the back line, Kelly Hubley comes in for Emily Menges.
And I don't mind this. Obviously, Menges has been brilliant. Hubley making a mistake last game. So I like that Mark Parson is putting her back in to build that confidence up. And again, with this lineup, really fighting for that back line position. It's going to be very competitive moving forward.
You don't see Menges missing too many minutes throughout her career here in Portland. Here's a chance already for Weaver, but she was offside. Weaver, the second overall draft pick in last year's 2020 NWSL draft. Just one slot behind Sophia Smith. And the two of them, that was a remarkable draft for the Thorns, landing both Sophia Smith and Morgan Weaver. The Thorns have set themselves up for the long term.
And I love what Morgan Weaver can add to this front line. I mean, the ability to score goals. We've seen her step up in big games, obviously in the Challenge Cup, stepping up for the PK and allowing Portland to go forward. And I love the partnership between her and Sophia Smith up top.
A mistake from Sheridan. Here's Sophia Smith. Somehow misses an open net. She's gonna have nightmares about that one.
And you rarely see Sophia Smith missing an opportunity like this, and a rare mistake from Kaylin Sheridan out of the back again.
Another chance for Portland. Now Lindsay Horan, another miss from the Thorns. Two shots that they wish they could get back. This team rarely misses those kind of opportunities.
And this just shows that mental fatigue, but Kaylin Sheridan here just trying to be clever at the back, trying to be a player like Sophia Smith. As a goalkeeper, when you have front players like a Weaver, like a Sophia Smith, put your foot through the ball, get the ball up over the pitch. It's wet, it's slick, it's those late minutes, you're down a goal again, so don't try any trickery at that back. And then going back to the two missed opportunities from Portland, that comes down to that heavy mindset that I was speaking about in that first 45 minutes. So again, they probably would have loved to have put both of those opportunities into the back of the box, but can Portland keep finding, can they have the players stepping up in that back line like a Sauerbrunn, like a Christine Sinclair to get the 3 points? It's going to be so important for them to pick up 3 points here tonight.
Tough fall there in the midfield for Monahan. There's Becky Sauerbrunn with 184 caps for the U.S. women's national team. As you see, two-time World Cup champion. Now one of the captains of that squad and looking to win a gold medal this summer. Just astounding that both of those opportunities, Portland could not come up with a goal. First, Sophia Smith with an open net, and it's a tough angle, and the Gotham defenders were streaking back. But every outfield player dreams of that sort of scenario. And Smith, who has been excellent all day long, just could not find the back of the net. French, a little collision with Sinclair, but she makes the grab.
I love the defensive work Portland is putting in here tonight. It says a lot about the team, it says a lot about the culture, and it says a lot about the mindset. They're fighting until the very end. You see the players like Christine Sinclair dropping back almost as a fifth center back, cleaning up runs, doing the defensive work, and this again, to have this mindset coming off 2 back-to-back losses where potentially the game could have gone potentially either way because they did have opportunities in that final third says a lot about what Portland is building here.
Sinclair all over the pitch thus far. Here's a chance. Looking for Kawasumi. Crystal Dunn, a nice cut. Sheridan nearly made another mistake. And it is a mistake. This time, though, she can track back. Weaver loses possession.
And for Kaylin Sheridan, I mean, we've seen 2 mistakes back-to-back from her. If you're a center back for this team, if you're Freeman, if you're Johnson, if you're Allie Long, play her the ball back, get her confidence back up, because right now she is in not a great mindset. She's nervous to make a mistake, and that is why we've seen 2 uncharacteristic mistakes coming from her as a player. You can kind of see her within herself at the moment. So important for Gotham. Get her in the right mindset. Put the ball back to her. Allow her just to get a clean touch on the ball, whether it's her putting her foot through it and getting it up the pitch. Massive shift here from Christine Sinclair here tonight. I mean, we've seen it all week long. Brilliant shift. Again, well-deserved substitute here. So can Portland really close out this game, collect the 3 points, and go back home to Portland, regroup, recover, and get their mindset back onto winning ways?
Sinclair has been an iron woman. She's played every minute so far this season. Of course, her 297 caps, most of any active player on the planet. She's one of just 2 players to score at 5 World Cups. And so while she doesn't normally sub out, you can certainly understand with the schedule that Portland has had, the amount of travel, that she'll want a breather for these final 23 minutes. But certainly not often that you see Christine Sinclair subbed out of a match. At least, unless it's by force. Some hesitation there from Allie Long. Chance for Portland. Some contact cleared away. Karen Abt swallows her whistle. Paige Monahan looking to counterattack. Carly Lloyd. And a foul called against Monahan.
And Gotham are very good in that transitional space, and Monahan with that pace and just the ability at the ball at her feet. But what I like that Portland's doing, they're always a man up in that back line, in that transition. So whether it's a 2v1 or a 3v2, they always have that cover and support.
Sauerbrunn. Here's Kelly Hubley. This was the first match that she had not started so far this season.
It's just a silly tackle from Klingenberg. I mean, you're men up at the back. You're 1-0 up in the 68th minute. Again, on a pitch like this, she doesn't agree with the referee's decision, but for me, it's the right call all over the back of her. Again, you have that cover, you have support. It's just a little bit of a tug. And again, trying to be a little bit clever about it, maybe trying to get the referee not to see, but you can blatantly see the jersey pull back. Again, we all know Megan Klingenberg gets stuck into tackles, but there's just no need for this at this moment of time in a match when you are 1-0 up in a game.
So now both left backs in this one, Klingenberg and Didasco, have yellow cards. As rain continuing to pour, it has been non-stop. 70th minute. Didasco takes the set piece. Off a couple heads and then cleared by Dunn. Cujo. Some room here for Midge Purse. Dangerous in the attack. Crosses, far post. Onumonu couldn't get it on target.
And Midge Purse really coming alive in this second 45 minutes. We saw it about 10 minutes ago when she drove through that midfield and put that ball out wide. Now here, driving down the sideline, and it's a brilliant cross into the far post. And you have Onumonu just getting up and over, not being able to get it on target. But you can see Gotham slowly starting to grow into this game, and especially into that final third.
Portland leading 1-0. After that goal from Crystal Dunn in the 56th minute. For a moment, it looked like Portland might have a second or even a third. Sophia Smith now with the ball, missed an open goal. Smith, Sheridan gets her hand on it.
Smith has been a handful tonight, to say the least, whether it's the ball at her feet, whether in and around the box. Yes, we just seen her miss an opportunity moments before, but for me, player of the match here tonight. She's been making it extremely difficult for Gotham's backline, their midfield unit, being able to track her, being able to get numbers up in and around her. I mean, beating people 2v1 with a little Croy turn, getting others into the match.
So here's a substitution for Gotham. Sodam Lee from South Korea comes in for Kawasumi. And that's easily handled by Sheridan. Again with former Canadian national teamer Kaylin Kyle, I am Corey Cohen. Live on CBS Sports. Portland with that 1-0 lead. About 18 minutes and change to go. There's Lee. Lee played her whole career in South Korea until she joined Gotham. And Onumonu upset about that call. But the whistle was blown.
And this is that knee-on-knee collision. I don't think there's any intent of it. Obviously, Onumonu just coming back, trying to do that defensive work, and you can see Lindsay Horan doesn't even see her coming. It's just coming off that right-hand shoulder of her. Again, those are those ones that they kill. They make you literally weak to your knees, no pun intended, but again, no intent behind it.
A couple heads from Gotham. Nice passing here. Dunn to Weaver. Low cross. And Estelle Johnson was there. Klingenberg trying to dry off the ball as best she can. Again, this weekend, the unofficial start to summer, it has not felt that way in the New York, New Jersey tri-state area. Cold and rainy all weekend. Onumonu got a piece, another throw coming for the Thorns. Dunn switches fields. Finds Westfall. Little panic here. And contact. Looks like we'll see a yellow card. Trainer comes out to take a look at Celeste Bourret. She's been a major contributor for Portland. Initially undrafted. As we'll take a look at the challenge, it was a foot race for it.
And there's just all the players getting stuck at wrong place, wrong time. No one actually gets a foot on the ball. All three players collide with one another. Again, it comes down to this wet, rainy, slick pitch. The ball is moving a little bit quicker than it should. Sometimes it's holding up in heavier places where the water's really come down and sat a little bit. Great thing about this stadium, obviously, amazing groundskeeper. You can see it here on the pitch. You don't see any water holding anywhere visibly, and that just, again, goes down to show when you give these players opportunities and stadiums like this, it just progresses the game, and it really shows too just what these players can prove and provide for the NWSL in incredible stadiums like this.
Substitution for Gotham. Onumonu comes off. Evelyn Vienne will start, or excuse me, will come in. She was the 5th pick in last year's 2020 NWSL draft. She had started the last 2 matches for Gotham. In this one, Onumonu won the spot, but Vienne comes in looking for an equalizer. Vienne, the 24-year-old from Quebec. Sorry, Quebec, right?
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
You're the Canada expert in this broadcast.
Canadian. I'll correct you on that one. Canadian. That's the proper term.
As we take a look for Gotham, they've got 4 international call-ups, 2 for the U.S., Purse and Lloyd, 2 for Canada, Sheridan and Vienne. We'll see if Vienne can make that Olympic roster, as you did back in 2012, Kaylin. Sheridan, there's no doubt about it. So Bourret being taken off for the moment. Making sure she is safe to come back on. Here's Midge Purse. Dangerous all over the pitch. Beautiful cutback from Purse. She's got help to her right. A nice cut from Vienne. Back to Purse. Purse dribbling. What a beautiful run she's had. Last touch off of Portland and a corner won by Midge Purse.
And it's good defensive work from Klingenberg just to keep Purse controlled. And I say this in the most respectful way because she has been so good from this fullback role. The ability to roll inside, the ability to drive at the back line, down this right-hand side on the touchline, and then again, taking on 2-3 players and having that combination playing. You're really starting to see it, obviously, with the likes of Vienne coming onto the pitch here tonight.
Vienne with one task in mind, finding a goal as Gotham FC trails 1-0. Didasco headed out by the Thorns. Here's Lee. Played back to Freeman, anchoring the Gotham defense. Didasco, Lloyd, into the box. Crystal Dunn right there, rolls all the way across the box. Nice use of the body there. I believe that was Bourret. Dunn sends it forward. Stell Johnson gets there first. Back to Sheridan. Mandy Freeman shielding, using her body, shielding the ball. Purse and Dunn, 2 of the most versatile players in the NWSL for club and country. They've been asked to do a lot in their respective careers, switch positions, play completely different styles of soccer.
I think it goes to show what these players have done when they haven't been on the pitch, the homework they put in, the hours of watching games, the hours of watching both male games and female games to really adapt, being that adaptable player, being able to play in that front line, in the midfield. and do it well in all of the positions. It's incredible.
Out of the box now. VN lost it. Rodriguez. And caught by Sheridan. Didasco, now Ali Long. 81st minute, about 10 minutes, give or take, depending on stoppage time, remaining for Gotham to try to tie this one up. Paige Monahan. Lee. Taken by Portland. It's a foot race. Johnson gets there first. Played back to Sheridan. Andy Freeman, who's done a nice job building things up from the back. Here's Midge Purse. Johnson to Cujo, some space for Cujo. Now Lee. Back and forth between Purse and Lee. Now Estelle Johnson into the mix. Ali Long sends it left. Too much, though, from Long, intended for Purse.
It's too much from Long, but it's brilliant defending from Portland late on in this game. 81st minute, they're tired, the heavy legs, they're starting to kill the game, but they're not allowing Gotham to play through, and it comes down to the defensive work that they are doing. They're forcing Gotham to play wide, not allowing them to break down the team parts, playing through that midfield unit and driving at this back line. Again, just over probably 10 minutes to go with extra time. Can Portland collect the 3 points here tonight? It's going to be difficult to do. They need to be defensively sound, and it comes down to leaders like Crystal Dunn and Lindsay Horan.
Crystal Dunn. A lot of contact from Ali Long. She will get a yellow card. So we'll take another look at that.
This is where Crystal Dunn is just so good. It's that little touch, the outside of the foot touch of the ball, just to caress it past Ali Long. She knows that she can get around her because that first touch allows her to, and Ali Long has no other decision than to bring her down.
Moran. Back to Klingenberg. Now in the 84th minute, you start to get into that gray area where the Thorns, on a 1-0 lead, have to balance between trying to kill some clock, but also not exposing themselves in any way. Looking forward for Didasco. She gets there. Lee. Cujo. Forward now, Lloyd back to Cujo. Not much room on that left flank. Some room here for Carly Lloyd. Takes a touch and a corner on the way for Gotham.
This is a great heads-up play from Carly Lloyd. Last 10 minutes of this match, takes this to the end line. She knows that Portland is dropping everything back, puts this out purposely off a defender to get a set-piece opportunity. They have big targets in the box. Can they equalize late on in this game?
Here's the corner. Headed out by Portland. Lee gets there first. Didasco back to Lee. All the way back to Kaylin Sheridan, 85th minute now. Carly Lloyd, or excuse me, not Carly Lloyd, Evelyn Vienne. Now Purse. Purse cuts to her right. The cross again slips through the entire both teams.
And that needs to be finished. That's not good enough from Gotham late on in this game. Purse time and time again down this right-hand side has put in quality distribution into the box. Now it's time for Gotham to wake up. They need to equalize here, and when you have ball distribution coming down this right-hand side continuously, someone needs to put their body on the line and get in the box in dangerous areas.
That's happened a couple times for Gotham. A great cross from Purse, and no one on the other end of it. Lee. Back to Freeman, now Long. Cujo goes to her left. See what Gotham can come up with. Just a few minutes remaining. That hits the side netting. The goal kick coming up for the Thorns. Gotham, some of the players you wonder if they entered today trying to get some revenge for that Challenge Cup final. It was not on the mind of head coach Freya Kuhm. She said she puts the Challenge Cup entirely behind her. Now it's all about the league. This is a big match early in the season. Here at Red Bull Arena, there's Allie Long. Midge Purse loses control. Sophia Smith. And a goal kick on the way for Gotham. As we approach the 88th minute, Portland unbeaten in their last 7 matches against Gotham FC. And it looks like that streak will continue, whether it's a win or a draw. We shall see in these final minutes. There is Mark Parsons looking to go out on top of this season before leaving for the Netherlands. Again, he has never lost 3 in a row here at Portland. They had lost 2 entering today after losing just 1 of the 15 games previous to that. He was determined to not lose that 3rd in a row, and again, looking like they will be successful as Haran is being looked at by the trainers.
You always hate to see players go down, but especially those international players go down when there's a major tournament just on the horizon. And it's nothing to be disrespectful to anyone else, but again, obviously with players like Lindsay Horan, and she's fine. Thank you. But just going back to that point, if you don't want to see players go down as is, and then obviously going into a major tournament, you have these fixtures coming up. Obviously, U.S. Women's National Team scheduled this summer fixtures. These are so important to have these top players in those squads so you can really see where you're at going into the Olympic Games. You don't want to miss out from players like Lindsay Horan potentially with an injury, because this is really where you develop that 90 minutes match performance at international level.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, the summer series coming up for the U.S. Women's National Team as they prepare for the Olympics, hoping to take home another gold after winning the World Cup in 2019. 2nd in a row. So now in the 90th minute, there will be a significant amount of stoppage time after a couple injury concerns for some Portland players. In the box for the Thorns, it'll be a goal kick. And we'll see, this could be the last good chance for Gotham to build up a play before having to really rush things. Carly Lloyd all the way back, trying to create something here. Didasco. As that goes out of bounds and a goal kick coming. Smith just getting up after being down for quite a while. 7 minutes of stoppage time on the way, so plenty of time for Gotham. Meanwhile, Tyler Lucy will enter the match for Sophia Smith.
And this is one thing Portland has, is they have depth in those two front-running positions. I mean, you can look at any of those players, Weaver, Lucy, Smith, Charlie. Obviously, Sophia Smith has really solidified her spot into this starting 11 because of the consistent performances. But between Charlie, Weaver, and Lucy, I feel like that final spot is really up for grabs. They all add something a little bit different. You can bring them off the bench. They add that spark that you sometimes need. They're all goal-scoring threats. Now for the three of them, can they just be a little bit more clinical in that final third, because they get into good goal-scoring positions and they are very dangerous when they are on the pitch.
So Tyler Lucy comes in, the 26-year-old out of Princeton. Scored 1 goal so far this year. They don't need her necessarily to score another, as long as the Thorns defense can stave off Gotham for about 6 more minutes. Klingenberg, who got credited for the assist on the Crystal Dunn goal. Foul call there against Lindsay Horan. She might get a yellow for time wasting. No yellow, just a stern talking to. Freeman on the set piece. There's nobody there. French will let it go and take some time on this goal kick.
And it comes down again to Gotham in that final third, whether it's been from distribution, set pieces like this. It's just missed opportunity and a wasted opportunity here as well. It's not good enough at this level, at this league. That ball needs to be into the box at a good pace and really into the mix in order for them to be dangerous and potentially tie this one up.
Here's Monahan. Nice through ball on the left. Finding Didasco. Losing space though. Back to Long on a slow roller. There's Freeman playing up. Lee now Purse. Lee, little give and go. Midge Purse. Crosses it, caught by French.
How good has Purse been tonight in that fullback position? She's been brilliant both defensively, offensively, whether it's rolling inside, whether it's the distribution down this right-hand side, taking 2, 3, 4 players on. She just hasn't had the front runners up top to be able to finish the quality that she is producing.
Purse, pretty much the best attacking player today for Gotham, and she's playing as a fullback. She's playing all the way, as we see here, from the back. Normally she's more of a forward, but for the U.S. Women's National Team, she just got the call up. She is listed there as a defender.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you do have the players like Vienne, obviously started on the bench here tonight, could really fight for that starting 11 spot. She's been brilliant when she's come on the pitch, so it's really only adds ammunition into their locker for Gotham moving forward.
Approximately 3 minutes remaining of stoppage time. We'll see if Gotham can find the equalizer. Carly Lloyd has Lee to her right. Sodan Lee to Lloyd. Nice move there from Carly Lloyd. And a corner on the way. Lloyd at 38. Still tricking people. Still has been all over the pitch today. Lloyd cuts to her left, some space. The cross way too much behind it though. About 2 minutes remaining now.
And you can hear Mark Parsons screaming it from the sideline. We don't even need to tell you, but he knows how much this 3 points will mean to this side, especially moving forward. Obviously, hadn't lost hadn't lost 3 games in a row, I think, since 2015. So for him moving forward, for this team moving forward, it's a good, positive mindset and a great step in the right direction.
Throw for Gotham. Into traffic. Now Estelle Johnson. Maybe the last good chance for Gotham FC. Takes a deflection. Midge Purse has some time. Purse finds Lloyd. Carly Lloyd takes ahead, and now a corner on the way. Just over a minute remaining. Gotham FC desperate for a point here at home. Would this be the equalizer? Nobody there. Last touch off of Gotham. And it will be a goal kick. French will take plenty of time on this goal kick as they look to secure 3 points on the road. In North Jersey, with all the rain, it's felt a little bit like the Pacific Northwest. Final seconds for Gotham. Midge Purse. Crystal Dunn gets a piece. Here is Vienne, and a corner on the way. They will have the opportunity to take this corner. Likely the last chance of the match. This will likely be it. Gotham needs a goal here. Didasco sends it in. Gotham holds on to it. They will not get another chance. That is the final whistle, and the Portland Thorns come away with